Hello and welcome to this tutorial. In previous tutorial we have seen how we can create Python list and we have seen some of the operations that we can apply on the list. In this tutorial we are going to see how we can delete the elements from the list, how we can use the inbuilt methods like append, copy, count, etc. on the list. So let's start. Now we will start with the delete statement that can be used to delete a particular element from the list. So let's copy this list from here. Okay. Now if I have to delete any particular element, we know that we can access the elements of the list by giving the indices. So if I have to delete a particular element at a given index, so I can use the delete statement for it. I can give del and then I can give the name of my list, which is employees, and then I can specify the index over here. Suppose if I want to remove the element at index 1, so I can specify the index 1, and hereafter if I print my list, I will have all the elements except the element which was at index 1, that is this Pooja will be deleted from our list. So let's execute this cell. So here we are getting Ram, Rahul and Tarun. The element at index 1 has been deleted. Similarly, if you want, you can specify the range again here. Suppose if I want to delete the elements from index 1 to index 3. So I can give 1:4 over here. Because n index is exclusive, it will remove the elements at index 1, 2 and 3. So right now we have 0, 1, 2 and 3. That is, we will have only Ram left in our list. So let's print our list. So if I say print employees, it will give us Ram only. Here we go. Okay, so this is how we can make use of del statement to delete the elements from the list. Now let us see some of the important methods which are provided for the list, and the first method that we are going to see is the append method. Append method, as the name implies, is used to append an element to the list. So we will again have a list and then we will make use of append method. So here we will say employees dot append, that is add this element at the end of the list and let it be Ria. And thereafter if we print our list, it should give us Ram, Pooja, Rahul, Tarun and Ria. Let's run this. So here we are getting our expected output. Now the next method that we are going to see is the clear method. Clear method is used to clear the list. That is, it will remove all the elements from the list. So if I say employees dot clear, and thereafter if I will print my list, it will give me empty list. So we are getting an empty list as the output. Now the next method that we are going to discuss is the copy method. So let's copy this list here. Okay, let's change the name to employees 1. Now right now I have a list employees 1. I want to copy all the elements in another list, let's say employees 2. So for that, what we can do, we can give the call to the copy method. So here if I say employees 1 dot copy, okay, and then if I print employees 2, it will give me the same elements that we have in the employees 1. Okay, let's run this. Okay, in employees 2 again we have the same elements as we had in the employees 1. One thing that you need to notice is that the copy method that we have used over here performs the shallow copy. That is, Here employees 2 will be a different list and employees 1 will be a different list. How we can check that? By printing the ID of both the lists. So if I say print the ID of employees 1 and print the ID of employees 2, it will give us two different memory locations. Okay, let's run this and check it out. Here you can see this is the ID of employees 1 and this is the ID of employees 2, which is different from the first ID. So when we use the copy method, it gives the shallow copy. So if we make any changes in employees 2, that will not be reflected in employees 1. Let's try it out. Suppose if we say employees 1, that is employees 2, and if we give the index 1, that is we want to update the value of the element at index 1 with the new value, let's say Akash. That is, right now we have Pooja at index 1 and we want to replace it with Akash. But this will take place only for employees 2 and not for the employees 1, because employees 2 and employees 1 refer to two different objects. Now let's try to print both the list. So we will print employees 1 as well as employees 2. So for employees 1, we will still get Ram, Pooja, Rahul and Tarun. But for employees 2, we will get Ram, Akash, Rahul and Tarun. Here you can see. So when we use the copy method, it performs the shallow copy. It does not perform the deep copy. If you have to perform deep copy, then what you can do is, you can use the assignment operator only. There is no need to use the copy method. So let's try that out. So if I say employees 2 equals employees 1. Now this is going to perform deep copy. That is, both will refer to the same object, and that again we can check by printing the ID of both the list. Here you can see we are getting the same ID for employees 1 and employees 2. And if we modify any of this, it will be reflected in both the list. So now if we say update the element of employees 2 at index 1, it will update both the list as both refer to the same object only. Here you can see we have the same set of elements because both the lists refer to the same object. Now we will see the use of index method for the list. So let's copy a list. Let the name be employees. Okay. We can use the index method to find the first index of the given value. But if the value is not present, then it raises the value error. Let's say if we give print employees dot index, and if we give the value Rahul, then it should return us 2 because Rahul is at index 2. So let's run this. Here we are getting 2. But if we give any such name or any such value which is not present in the list, then it raises the value error. Let's suppose if we give Raj, it will raise the value error. Here you can see we are getting the value error. So we can use the index method to obtain the first index of the given value. Now the next method that we are going to see is the insert method. Insert method is used to insert object before the given index. But if the given index is incorrect, then it will append the element. Let's check it out. So we will copy this list. Now here if we say employees dot insert, and we have to insert the element before index 1, and the element to be inserted is suppose Riya. So right now at index 1 we have Pooja, so we want Riya to be inserted before Pooja. So hereafter, if we print our list, it will give us Ram, Riya, Pooja, Rahul and Tarun. So here we have Ram, Riya, Pooja, Rahul and Tarun. Now, when we started with the list, we said that lists are mutable. That is, they can be altered after declaration. So how we can check that out? Now here you can see that we first created a list. So what we can do here, we can print the ID of this list, that is the location of this particular list. Okay, and thereafter when we are performing insert, we can again check the ID of this list. It should give us the same location. Let's run this out. Here you can see the location before the insertion and location after the insertion is same. That is, whatever modification we are performing on our list, it takes place on the same object only. No new object is created after applying the operation or to apply the operation. That's why we say that list is mutable. It is modified after creation as well. Now let's see the next method, and the method that we are going to see is the reverse method. Reverse, as the name implies, will reverse the elements of the list. So if we say employees dot reverse, so it will reverse the list. So hereafter, if we print our list, we will get the elements displayed in the reverse order. Here we go. Tarun, Rahul, Pooja and Ram, which are in the reverse order. Now the next method that we are going to apply on our list is the sort method. So let's copy this list. Sort method, as the name implies, is used to sort the list. So here we will change the name from reverse to the sort, as we want the list to be sorted. Now if we will print our list, elements will be alphabetically sorted. So let's execute this cell. So here we have a list where the members of the list are alphabetically sorted. That's all for this tutorial. In next tutorial, we will discuss few more methods from the list class. Thank you for watching this tutorial.